everybody, it's Friday Morning Movie Reviews. I'm Louis Angel.
And I'm Nathan CK.
And we are going to be reviewing the remake of the, I believe, 1957 Western classic, The Magnificent Seven.
Correct.
This movie is directed by Antoine Fuqua, and stars Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, Ethan Hawke, Vincent D'Onofrio, Haley Bennett, who looks like, I don't want to say the dollar store version of Jennifer Lawrence, because she's really pretty.
Yeah, she
is. It's an action Western movie, and we have not discussed how we felt about this movie yet. Why don't you go first?
All right. Did you see the original?
I haven't seen the original I haven't seen
like
Seven
the sequel
Samurai or the original one.
Right. I haven't seen those either. Watching the trailer, I wasn't too impressed. It looked like a knockoff of the Hateful Eight. Didn't the trailer make it seem like that?
No, but there is one scene in the beginning of the movie when Denzel and Chris Pratt meet, and it's the same exact scene from Django Unchained when Christoph Waltz and Jamie Foxx go to that bar.
Yes.
It's the exact same scene.
Wow, yes. Well, I mean, it's...
So, no, I think it was Hateful Eight.
well, you know, in the Hateful Eight, how they had it was like they named the I think it was the characters. It was like the
cow puncher, the Mexican.
The Mexican, and this, and
yeah.
then they did the same thing in the trailer. Whatever. Besides that, overall, I like this movie. I thought it was really good. I didn't know how Chris Pratt was going to be in this movie. He's been in a lot of movies lately. Jurassic Park. One could
argue he's the male movie star right now on the planet.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I like him in this movie. I think the only problem with him is he always has like these long sentences that don't fit in like the type of movie or something. It like the sophistication of his wording doesn't fit in like a Western, and would those Western characters know that language? I don't know. I'm like,
maybe they would, but just not with his character.
Right. And it's when like Denzel and other characters have they're talking more Western, more cowboy, and then it's him. I don't know if he's trying to be more funny.
Yeah, he felt very Chris Pratt-ish to me.
Right. But I liked him in this movie. He was funny. He got a few laughs from me.
Well, if you like Chris Pratt, I mean, who doesn't like Chris Pratt? You'll like him in this movie.
And I liked Denzel. I think I liked all of them together, and I liked how they met up.
I liked all of them. I don't have a problem with the way they met up either.
Yeah. So I guess in this movie, you find this you're in this town. It's called Rose Creek, and there's this guy who kind of runs the town, and you get to know that like 5 minutes in, not even. And this guy's like this big bad guy who likes money.
Peter Skarsgård.
Right, and he likes to run things and dream big. And so these people are kind of like slaves to him and giving them all his wealth, or their wealth to him.
Screwed by him because if you stand up against him, this guy has a small army basically,
and he'll kill you.
Yeah, they'll kill you. So this isn't really a spoiler because it's in all the trailers, and I'm sure it was in the original movie as well. Haley Bennett's character's husband is murdered in the first few minutes of the movie.
Right.
So she goes out and she gets Denzel. It's really his movie. She gets him, and he and her basically start recruiting the Seven to take on, with the help of the town, to take on Peter Skarsgård. I think a lot of times your movie's only as good as your villain.
Right.
And I don't know, he was in the movie for like 3 scenes, and I thought he was going to be like this gross or scary guy. He was neither. He was just very, like, I've seen him play this character before, you know?
Right.
And he didn't come to play, I felt
Right.
like.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I agree with that, yeah.
Yeah, and the team dynamic, the team worked for me, even though none of them got really, other than Denzel and Pratt, none of them really had much to do. Maybe Ethan Hawke had stuff to do. But, I mean, it was, to me, the whole movie was feeling pretty empty for, like, the first hour. I wasn't that invested into it. I was like, this is just meandering. This isn't a worthwhile remake. But, I mean, when the action starts, the action is cool.
The action is really good, I thought. You definitely get engaged then. For sure.
Well, for me, I wasn't so much of engaged. I wasn't involved in the story. I was just like, well, this is cool. You know, just seeing these guys basically all destroy the town they're there to save.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I like how they unite the seven, and I like that word. They're uniting the seven. Sounds like the Justice League or something.
The Justice League. Here's what's gonna happen. Technically, like Lois Lane's husband's murdered. Sebastian, but they're gonna go get the League. Exactly it. I told you off recording that my screen, my theater, it was kind of tilted yellow and grayish. So I don't know, kind of how the color worked for you in the movie.
The color was like, it was pretty vibrant to me. It didn't really have, yeah.
I felt like I was watching mine through like milky glass.
Really? I don't know, maybe that was just the problem with your screen or something.
I think so. I haven't seen the Magnificent Seven original, but I did see. I have the Clint Eastwood for a Fistful of Dollars, right? And it's basically the same movie except with one guy. And there were a lot of shots in this movie that I was like, oh, Antoine Fuqua, he's paying homage to Sergio Leone, who directed it. Like, there were a lot of cool-looking shots, like the shadows. There's one shot of Denzel towards the end of the movie where it's just like his shadow, his outline, you know?
Yeah, his silhouette. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's the word, his silhouette, and that looked really cool. But, I mean, for me, it felt... I mean, you learn more information about Denzel, especially, like, in the last moments of the movie.
Yeah,
and,
right.
Like, if you told me that in the beginning, I would have cared so much more. It felt... So
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It felt kind of empty for me.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting that at the end, at the end of this movie, you kind of feel that's when they're kind of, you're seeing their story kind of throughout this battle and at the end of the battle, and you don't really see that throughout the movie, and when you meet them, they're kind of like held back, maybe.
Yeah, it was. I just don't understand why they don't reveal that information sooner.
Right, and I guess in our defense, I mean that would make sense because then you're more engaged in these characters. If you knew what happened to Denzel when he was younger, then you'd be like, whoa. It's crazy.
Yeah, but that's like, oh yeah, you guys should take this town,
Right.
You guys should do this, but I mean the action really does work really well in the movie.
Yeah, the action is pretty crazy.
It felt to me that's what this guy, Antoine Fuqua, he was most interested in.
Yeah. Maybe it was more of him starting off with this battle and looking to this battle that he kind of forgot about.
Yeah, like
he was.
That's what he was most excited about, and everything else he's like, he didn't care as much. Is what it felt like to me on screen. Other than that, the writing, some of the lines were just, I was like,
Yeah,
some of the
yep,
moments,
yep, same.
I was like, this just feels like a movie to me. And that sounds weird, but, like, I was watching L.A. Confidential the other night, because the director, Curtis Hanson, just died. I was watching that movie, like, and after 40 minutes, I realized, oh, hey, that's Russell Crowe. Like, I was so into the movie, I didn't even see Russell Crowe. I just saw his character, you know?
Yeah, that's cool. I like
The whole
that.
time in this movie, I was like, oh, that's Ethan Hawke. Oh, that's Denzel. Oh, they're back from Training Day, same director. Hi, Chris Pratt, how you doing? So, should we rate this thing?
Okay.
All right, you go first.
You know, coming into this movie, you know, a little not blind, but you know, not seeing the original. It's a good Western movie. If you're into Westerns, I think it will be fine. There's some good action. You know, the character, they play who they are, basically. You know, Denzel plays Denzel. And Chris Pratt plays Chris Pratt. But I like Ethan Hawke, and all the rest of them. It's a really, really beautiful movie, I think. And so I'm gonna give that a 3.6. I thought it was a decent movie. Yeah.
I thought, like, a lot of moments in the movie, I just wasn't into it, but the action is just so entertaining.
Yeah.
It's so violent. Like, there's a lot of bullets that come out in this movie, and not a lot of blood.
Yeah,
they want to get the PG-13 rating.
Right.
But yeah, there are some moments in the movie that I was like, come on. Like, I'm not gonna name any names, but there's this character, like 2 times where some characters, oh, they should just be dead. There's like no one survived that.
Right.
And then one of them just like looks to the camera and he's like, oh, am I still acting? I'm still going? Okay, oh no, I'm dead. Like, come on, that just looked amateur. I did not care for that. We'll talk about that in spoilers, but yeah, so the first half felt like an empty movie to me. It didn't feel worthwhile. But I will say that if you want to have a fun time, you do like action, and, you know, just a pleasant way to kill a few hours, I think this movie can do that for you. I'll go with 3. 3 out of 5.
Okay.
I could see myself rewatching this movie and just, you know, fast forwarding to the gun battle.
Right.
Alright, spoiler time.
Okay.
Dude, how many Vincent D'Onofrio got like 5 arrows, and then he's just looking up for the camera, he's like, oh, am I still alive? Like, that was so ridiculous.
And then, like, same with Chris Pratt, dude.
Yeah, like, he got shot like 8 times.
Yeah, and then, but I did think that when he blew everyone up, I thought that was pretty badass.
I mean, yeah, that was cool, but I expected him. Have you seen Back to the Future Part 3?
Yeah.
I thought, because he got shot so many times and he was still moving, I'm like, oh, he pulled him out of the fly, and he has you know, a piece of metal, a metal plate on his chest to protect it. But no, he keeps going.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, these characters don't die. And Denzel is, you know, perfectly fine, of course.
Only, I was like, only the colored people lived. So I was like, the black guy lived, the Indian lived, who, you know, he was in the... Did he have to fight the other Indian guy?
No.
Do you remember when the Indian guy's about to kill Haley Bennett, and then, of course, the other Indian's right behind him? I'm like,
right.
It felt like Iron Man's there, and then the bad guy, he has his evil Iron Man suit, and then the Iron Man.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Indian, the Mexican, the black guy lived. The Chinese guy was the only guy of color that did not make it. And he was cool, dude, with his
Yeah, I liked him
hairpin.
with the arrows or the knives. No, not the arrows, the knives. Yeah, the knives were
The
good.
arrows and the knives were cool. The way
Right.
they were taking people out.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
And the Gatling gun was cool. But after the Gatling gun, if I was someone, you know, who lived in that town, I was like, what the hell are you guys coming here to save us? You guys helped blow the town, and, you know, it's like, we can't live here anymore.
Well, they loved the town so much, you know.
And it's barely, like, what's with all these western towns? It's like a street, basically, with businesses on one side and the other. There's no houses, no farms, no cattle, nothing.
Yeah, really.
And one other thing I didn't like was when they blew up, like, half the line of horses and cowboys.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys are in the ground. You have no idea how close they are. Why wasn't there a signal? Why, you know, you guys just blowing things randomly?
Because they like to blow things up, you know?
Yeah. Any other thoughts that we got?
No, I think that's good.
Okay, guys. Well, look out for our Storks review.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. I'm gonna announce it to the world. I bet you $1 that you cry. Movie.
Well, yeah, because so far I've cried in every animation movie so far this year.
Like, you cried? Did you cry at Zootopia?
I think so, yeah.
Finding Dory.
Finding Dory, yep. You did too, though.
I may have teared up. Kubo and the Two Strings.
A little teary-eyed, yeah.
I'm surprised. I bet you won't appear during the killing joke.
No.
You're like, oh, Batgirl. All right, guys. So look out for the. I forgot the name of the movie. Look out for the Storks review.
Storks.
Yeah.
All right, guys. See ya.